guys, it's Courtney here, and I am currently up in my studio, which is a mess because we also store holiday stuff up here, and we're in the middle of taking down the fall stuff, putting up the winter or the Christmas stuff, and all that fun thing. So it's a little crowded up in here right now. But you can see I have Miss Alice and Miss Catherine not assembled, because I got them some special bodies made, and I've actually already made this video once, but in the middle of making it, the battery died on my camera, which was sad, and but so I just kind of said, well, forget it, because I didn't want to have to drag everything back out, charge my camera, and then drag everything back up here again. So I just decided I just wouldn't make it into a video. But then, once I had the bodies on both of them, I realized that they were really the wrong size. I had ordered a body for a 22-inch baby for Alice and 21-inch for Miss Katie, because I was thinking that was more the body that they needed. But you know, different patterns really range to different sizes. So, but thankfully I had ordered a one size down for Asher for when he got finished. But I think what I'm going to have to do is order a new body for Asher in more of like a 19-inch size, and I'm going to give Catherine the 20-inch, and I'm going to give Alice the 21-inch, and see if that helps with length. I mean, it was passable, but I wasn't really happy with the length. They just seemed too, like, out of proportion long. So we're going to try this instead. And I guess I'm going to start with Miss Catherine because, one, I can put the vinyl limbs over here and it will be safe. And then two, this body's currently empty. This is the body that was originally meant for Asher. And this was the body that she was on. You can see how long it is. It's not a big difference, to be honest, between the two bodies, but it's like a very, very subtle difference. But I still hope that it will be enough to make a difference. So I'm basically going to take all the stuffing and weight that's in this body, and I'm going to move it over to this body. So I'm just going to go ahead and take everything out. I'm going to take some of the firmer polyfill up top, and we have a lot of the Angel Soft polyfill that I use for like the tummy area. We probably won't need quite as much of all this since I'm going to a smaller body. Then I got my little sack of glass beads, and yes, they're in a little black tights, a little pair of black tights. But one, she's for me, so I don't really care about the color, and two, even though this body's white, it's not at all see-through, so black really wouldn't show up through. But anyway, even then, you know, she's for me, so I don't really care about the fact that she's got a black tights body in there. Alright, so now we're going to put the firmer polyfill back, and actually, you know what, let's go ahead and put her legs in. Let's do that first. So when you're assembling a partial silicone, it's highly recommended that, because sometimes when you buy these kits, they don't come with these rings on them, but these to me are super important. So I actually keep a stock of neck rings in various sizes. I get these from Bountiful Baby, and you can get neck rings in all various sizes from them, from preemie to bigger, but they run in like 40 millimeter size, like 40 millimeter and up to 70 millimeter, something like that. So I just keep a range of sizes for when I have to fit them on the silicone kits. This kit, which is the Wynter by Sylvia Manning, she came with them, except this, I think this leg and this arm, I wound up having to go down to a smaller size because I felt that it was too loose, but this is nice and snug now. So when I'm pulling pretty good on this ring, and it's not pulling, you know, it's not pulling it out of socket. So when you're putting the limb on the body, I hope she didn't string these too tight, because then I'll have to restring them. Let's see. Oh good, I can wiggle it down. Alright, so when you are assembling these onto a cloth body, you want to make sure that the cable tie tightens only around this white area here. You don't want the cable tie to get between this piece and the silicone and tighten around the silicone, because you can run into issues with it tearing down into the limb, or it'll make the limb pop out, etc., etc. So when I tighten it, I'm going to make sure I kind of pull it tight like this and hold it like that, so I can make sure that the cable tie is up near the top of the cloth area. And then I go ahead and tighten it a little bit, and I want to make sure it's in the right position. That's how I want it. Move it here just a little bit and pull it tight again and tighten. And that's perfect. That's exactly where I want it. Yep, perfect. So we're going to go ahead and clip this. And we'll do the same with the other one. Alright, so now that we have assembled both legs in place, we're going to now go ahead and put in our firmer polyfill to fill out our little behind. Oh, here it is. I was going to say, I thought I had more than that. In fact, this is actually supposed to go towards the top. And this is what's going. So I use the classic polyfill is what it's called. I usually pick this up at Michael's or sometimes even Walmart, depending. And this is just a firmer, or I guess a classic polyfill fiber fill or whatever. So that's what I do, because this kind of helps fills out and forms little tushy. Whereas this polyfill here is like, I mean, absolutely super, super duper soft. But it would take a lot to form, to like push out an area. But I do like that for the tummy area because it makes it nice and soft. So I put my glass beads in. And I'm only going to put one bag of glass beads because her head is so heavy, as most silicone heads are, that she really does not need one in her chest area or anything like that, because that would make her way too heavy. So right now I'm doing the Angel Soft polyfill, and we're just tucking it around the glass beads. I'm just going to maneuver it into place as I put it all in. Make sure it's down in the back too. I like how Roseanne Nichols, I don't know how she pronounced the name. It's Roseann, Roseanne, and then Nichols, Nickolls, or Nichols, I guess is. She's the one I get bodies from, and I like how she gives them a little tummy. You can see like how the fabric kind of folds over, and it's supposed to be just a little tummy area. That's really cute. She does this with all her bodies. I've gotten a few from her. I used to get them from Carmen, I believe her name was, and because she used to make like really nice bodies for $10. I think she got pretty overwhelmed with orders, because now she has like a wait list, and you have to almost do like a lottery thing, where you have to contact her on a certain day. It'd be one of the first people, the first 10 people for her to make bodies for you. So I kind of stopped, just because every time I needed a body, it was only, it was kind of random and short notice, and so unfortunately I stopped using her bodies. And I looked around for a couple people, and I really do love Roseanne's work. Like I said, I've gotten a few different bodies from her. And she made these for me. So, I just realized I didn't actually talk about the fabric of the bodies and why I'm doing this. I'm going to go ahead and put the arms on, and then I'll talk a little bit about that. So, one of my mom's dolls, who is one that I made for her. I kind of custom made it for her. I think my second year of making dolls. So this would have been 2009. Is that right? I've been making dolls for 8 years. So, or I guess maybe 2010. So like 2010, I made a doll for her using the Robin kit by Adri Stowett. And I got the kit secondhand from a lady, I believe on, it wasn't Doll Fan, I used to be on a different forum. The first doll forum I was ever on was called like Doll Collectors Worldwide, something like that, and it was a free forum. And I was just getting into the doll community, so it was just, you know, free forum, so that's what I went for. And so I bought that from her, and she said that she had gotten a custom body made for her, so she was going to send the body with her. And when the body arrived, it was made from this like minky fleece material, super duper soft, and I loved it. And so I wound up using that same body for her, and to this day she's like my favorite baby to hold. She's just feels so super cuddly. And I said, you know what, I want to find this fabric and I want to give it a try. So I contacted one of the seamsters in the doll community and said I wanted to have this body made, but the material that I told her to get apparently was not the right material. I should have ordered the material myself, had it come to my house and checked it before I had her do it. But instead I just wound up going, yes, this is what I want, and I trusted her to get the right material. And when she made them and sent it to me, I was like so disappointed because the material was actually like really awful and stiff. And I wound up like selling the bodies on. I didn't want them. So then I kind of gave up for a while, and I said, you know what, I really want to try it. So I went on fabric.com and I looked up in the search bar minky fleece, and it's exactly what I wanted. This is minky fleece in white. If you guys are interested in looking for it. I will say this is definitely not the most ideal fabric for silicone. As you can see, I've been kind of picking off little white pieces all over the place. So like I probably would never buy this to put on like my custom silicones or, you know, the silicones that I make to sell. But I just it's just very cuddly material and it's really nice. And so I don't mind just, you know, like I can use a little powder brush to just, you know, brush it off and all that. It's not a big deal. Like it's sticking to me too. So like it's all over my pants right now. So probably what you could do is you could get the bodies and wash them. You know, you could wash them before you put them on a baby, or like, you know, take a lint brush and roll over them, or, you know, if you can. It doesn't shed, like it really doesn't shed big time or anything, but I think it's just where it was cut previously. It's probably just has some little bit of residue coming off of it. So it's not going to be shedding forever. But anyway, so this is what this material is, and I got it specifically for the reason of my mom's baby, Sue Lynn, who has a body just like this, and she is super, super cuddly to hold. And even though these bodies were long on them, they were definitely super cuddly once I had put them on them. So I'm excited for them to be in the right size body, and this one is looking pretty good. But of course I want to get the head on and get a feel for it before I completely decide. I don't want her to have like too stuck up out of a tummy. And I also don't want to when I put this body on her, on the other one, it looked like one arm was down lower than the other, but I think it has to do with the like the piece of silicone that's left on the inside is bigger than the other, so I trimmed this one down quite a bit and it seemed to help. So I'm hoping, and also I'm gonna make sure the polyfill is in there how it's supposed to. What are you guys seeing? You guys seeing some good stuff? So I'm putting the classic polyfill up in the chest area. This helps support the head, so that it doesn't flop over too much, and it also gives some, you know, some firmness to the chest, but then the tummy is super soft with the Angel Soft polyfill. So we're gonna lay this down. There's a hair in there, and we're gonna go ahead and put her head on. And I will say that while I've been changing her a lot because I wanted to see which outfits I had that would fit her and which ones don't. And I kind of was stupid because the smart thing to do once you mat a silicone baby, you really want to let the matting, like, even though it'll be completely cured, you don't want to do a lot of messing for probably a week or so. At least that's what I've been told to be on the safe side. And what I found is her arms, I need to remat. Like, I really do. Because I changed her into this body, and so I saw like the white stuff, and so I started rubbing it like, oh, it's stuff from the body, but it's actually some areas of matting, which is awful. Makes me very sad. And so thus she's become a little bit shiny. You see that in her hand? Just a little bit. Completely my fault. I was too eager to get her done and changed and all that, and just got overly excited, and should have given her more time to rest before I messed with her. So not today. I don't even know when, but it's just her arms. Her legs are fine because I haven't really done much handling of her legs, and her head is great. No issue there. It's just her arms. So we're going to remat them in the very near future. But, you know, for now I'm just going to leave her as is. So anyway, guys, this body looks wonderful. It's so much better. It seems to fit her really well. I'm actually going to change her back in her outfit so you guys can watch. And then I'll make a separate video with Alice if you guys are interested. It's basically going to be the same thing. It's just assembling a vinyl baby versus a silicone baby on these really special bodies. So, oh, this is so much nicer because the other one, like, her booty was almost too big. So, I'm really loving this size. So I'm definitely going to have to order Asher, like a 19-inch body versus a 20-inch. And this is a 20-inch body, so it suits her very nice. You almost don't need a onesie with this fleece, but I guess I'm going to do it anyway. I don't know. Yeah, I think I'm going to do it. I'm going to keep the t-shirt as a little thing that I do. There we go. I just realized that I was really close to the camera, so hopefully I wasn't blocking anybody's view. Alright, so there we go. Fix it in the back here. Perfect. It also fits her much better too, so that's pretty exciting. We're going to go ahead and put her hat on to protect her head. This outfit is by Cherokee, but normally I see Cherokee at Target, but I'm curious if this is even the same brand of Cherokee as the one sold at Target. I actually got this at Bye Bye Baby earlier this year. In fact, it was definitely closer to spring because I bought this outfit before my niece was born because I was looking for stuff for my niece too. But like her mom has a very particular style, so I couldn't really just get anything. So we were looking for specific color patterns and all that. So outfits like these I got for my babies because they're really cute. So it's just these little pants, the hat, and then it's this, hold on, I got it inside out. It's this little button up top, and it's got this little hot air balloon, and I love the colors of the grays and the pink together. It's kind of unique. So I'm definitely going to have to put some mittens on her and keep her arms and hands protected until I can get her rematted up here. I definitely want to remat her before, let's see, I might actually remat her this weekend because that way I'm going to take her to, every year we have a family reunion at Christmas, and they always want to see my babies, so I would love to take her. And of course, if she's going to get handled, I gotta make sure she's perfectly matted and all that. So I'll probably mat her this weekend, and that'll give her a good week to get her to be completely cured and protected and all that, and everything will be set. So I'm loving the new body. It looks wonderful sidewise. Let me get a cuddle so we can see. Yes, she's perfectly cuddly. And there she is. So there's Miss Kate. All set. Thank you guys so much for watching, and stay tuned. Tomorrow should be up the video of Miss Alice and her body assemble. Thanks guys. Bye.